Good morning. It is Friday, November 19th, 2021. And from the home studio in Middletown, Delaware, my name is Marshal Manlove. I'm with Delaware Sports and my sports reports. Good morning, everybody. Afternoon, evening, whenever you are watching this. Obviously, I'm live right now. Yeah. But later, I'll be recorded. That's right. On this episode of this show, we are going to take a look at the 2021 All Blue Hen Conference volleyball teams. I put out a request to all the coaches, athletic directors in the state of Delaware to send me pictures and some descriptions, if possible, of those who have made all conference, all state honors at the end of the fall season. Some of them are coming in slowly. Some of them aren't known yet. Some people just take a little time to get stuff together. But in this particular case, Mr. David Lee, the head coach of the Dickinson Volleyball boys and girls team, put something together to use for this. And that's what we're going to do. Let me tell you something about David Lee. If the people in the volleyball world know this here in Delaware, but outside of volleyball, if you don't know, he is one of the greatest advocates for this sport that this state has. He's not only a great coach who works with a program that's not necessarily known for its volleyball, like the Catholic Conference schools. The Catholic Conference schools have a great feeder program, and the CYM leagues, the public schools, don't necessarily have that great of a pull from those programs. So he does a great job with the boys and girls. And in the boys season, he's been a great advocate to try to get more teams involved so that it can go from what is currently not a DIAA sanctioned event where they have a state tournament. It's more like a county championship that they have. And he puts in a lot of work for that, and he's one of the game's greatest sportsmen as well. I know that because I ref volleyball, and I've known him for quite a long time. Great guy, and he is the one who gathered all the pictures for this and passed them on to me so I can use them for this. Now, the rest of these shows that I'm going to do with the all-conference and all-state teams, I think I'm going to present in the following way. Those pictures from people who have been able to get them to me because they've had more time, the resources are better, more easily available to them, and have been able to get them to me, I'm going to do show segments in that order in which they are received. And then if I get pretty much everything from everybody, then I'll actually do other segments, show segments, that'll be specifically for the sports and the conferences, kind of like this one is. So the rest of them that will end up airing here within the next week or so are going to be in that order, the order that they came to me. Now, one of the things I cannot do right now is play music behind any of these pictures. So it would be kind of cool to play a music bed behind this. Because I'm on a bunch of different platforms, there's different copyright problems. And I used to have a bunch of what they call royalty-free music, but over the course of years, you have computer crashes, lost the licenses, and can't get them back. So I can't even use the stuff that I paid for a long time ago because they're no longer valid to use if I can't provide the proof. So while it'd be cool to do that, can't right now. And currently, since I'm not in any revenue streams, I can't take that money to use to put back into it. And at some point in time, that'll happen. It could happen if you help me, though, do one of two things, or subscribe to one of two places. If you could subscribe, be so kind as to subscribe to the YouTube channel, which is over here. Let's see if we're running live right now. Better be. There we are. We're running live. If you would subscribe there, my sports reports, I'd appreciate that. It's free to do so, free to watch there. And once I get enough subscribers, enough viewing hours, then it gets into the revenue stream. Then I can use that money to pay people to do stuff. Or do stuff like pay for royalty-free music. Also, on rumble.com, that's here, it's my channel over there, my sports reports. It's actually in the revenue stream already, but you have to play the videos. Okay. You could hit play and go do some yard work or something. That'll work. But you never know. You might miss something that I say that might be interesting. Doubtful, but you never know. So let's take a look at the Blue Hen Conference volleyball teams. And we will work from the third team on up to the first team. And from a Christiana High School, a sophomore, their setter, Sydney White. Great little player. I'll tell you what, and Tanya Conrad, the new head coach over the Vikings, has them buying in. They had a real good year. And for the next couple of years, they have somebody that can lead that team to some bigger and better things in the Blue Hen Conference. This is Flight B. 2 flights in the Blue Hen Conference, Flight A and Flight B. We have started with Flight B. Also on the third team from the Howard High School Wildcats, Lonya Roberts, senior, third team member. Congratulations to Lonya, or could be Lanye, but excuse me, either way. From Concord High School, Lyndsey Pearson, a senior, makes the third team. Concord had a good year. Tournament team. From Brandywine High School, sophomore Kayla Murphy, also on the third team. Also from Christiana High School, Taylor Harris, a sophomore. So 2 sophomores from Christiana here on the third team. Perhaps a bright future in store for the Vikings. From Glasgow High School, junior Johnnie Harris. From AI DuPont High School, junior Maddie Graham. You know, Mr. Lee had a tough time getting all these pictures together. This is a picture of a picture, which is now another picture. That's not right. Hang on. Hang on. Let's get a reload. There we go. Recap so far. From Dickinson High School, sophomore Molly Campion, third team member. Move up to the second team Flight B conference, Maylee Soler Oganowski from Dickinson. From the Odessa Ducks, Paige Piazinski, sophomore. Everyone on Odessa, at least, is a sophomore or a freshman, second year program. She's their setter, club player. From Brandywine High School, Jaslyn Maloney, junior. So clearly these are names to look out for in the coming years. From Concord, another junior, second team player, Lucy Kingham. This would be cool with some music. Just can't do it. From Christiana, senior Juliana Handlin, one of their captains. From McCain, Rachel Fabian, a junior. From Concord, Sydney Donatello, a sophomore. She looks tall. Don't know how tall she is, but she looks tall. From Dickinson, the first team, Amidala Ply-Meyer. And I apologize, Amidala. I've said your name a few times this year, and I think I've said Amanda every time. My apologies. Just a sophomore. Also a sophomore from Dickinson. Coach Lee's team has a future there. Gretchen Wolfe. They had a good year. I think they won 10 games, 10 matches. From Concord, Samantha Fyock, senior. From Brandywine, Maya Stokes, also a senior. From Brandywine, Ava Reisman, a senior. And from Concord, first team all-conference player of the year in Flight B, Emma Stibe. Congratulations to all of the Flight B players. Now we move on to Flight A. And from Delcastle High School, Franchelle Reinville, a senior, from the third team. From Appoquinimink, junior, Lily Madeira. Seen a lot of these players over this year, but I don't recognize them without their masks on. Abby Fisher from Middletown is a junior. Had a great year as well, the Cavaliers. From Hudson Votech, Renia Gardner, a junior, third team player. From St. George's Votech, Madison Cephas, a junior. From Mount Pleasant High School, that's Riley Carroll, a senior. From Newark High School, Gabby Appiah, senior, here on senior day. From William Penn High School, Maddie Pritchard, a senior, second team player. All Blue Hen Conference Flight A. If you've just tuned in. From St. George's, Alexis Robinson, seen here, celebrating a new assist record for St. George's, 34 assists in one match. From Appoquinimink, it's junior Josie Parson on the second team. From Middletown High School, it's Janiece Lumpkin, a junior. Myla Palmer, a junior from Hudson. That might be a duplicate. I don't know what I did there. Elena Dorst, a junior from Middletown, is on the second team. Allie Adair, a junior from Middletown, second team. Move to the first team now. From William Penn High School in Newcastle, it's Aniyah Kelley, a senior. From Appoquinimink, it's Alexis Parkinson, a sophomore for the Jaguars. Alexia Fitzgerald, also from Appoquinimink, a senior. Mariana Catts from Newark, senior. Also seen here on senior day. Ayanna Gaston from Middletown, their setter. Good picture there. Harper Davis from Mount Pleasant, junior. Good action shot of Harper. And the Conference Player of the Year from Middletown is Morgan Nolte, a senior Cavalier. So that's the all Blue Hen Conference volleyball teams for 2021 here in the state of Delaware. And as I mentioned, we're going to do more of these show segments with other all-conference and all-state players from all around the state and all the fall sports, from cross-country, field hockey, volleyball, and football when they get to us. And I'm just going to do them in order. Some of the schools have already gotten all their players to me, like St. Andrews was one, Conrad was one, Middletown sent a bunch, Lake Forest sent a bunch. So I'm just going to start pumping out these shows because a lot of players get honors. And then once I get everything in, I might just redo them, break them down into sports. I think that's the best way, because like I just started doing this again anyway, and some people really have no idea what's going on and what I'm doing and who I am and all that, and you can't blame them for that. So they're like, who's this guy and why do I gotta send him anything? And then they find out everybody else is sending them stuff, like, I could have sent on all that stuff. So people can send it to me late, and I'll just do another segment. Because all we're here to do is honor and recognize our local athletes at the amateur level. And not just necessarily high school, but it could be middle school too. And it can also be adult sports. So if you would like to send me some information, some pictures of maybe somebody you believe that we have missed, or want to send them to me in advance of what you know is going to come. Could that make sense? It did to me. Please send it to me at I have no coffee. Please send it to me at mysportsreports@gmail.com. Looking for an athlete who needs some attention? Oh my gosh. Spoke too long. I was on a roll. Know an athlete worthy of some attention? Bring him or her to my attention at mysportsreports@gmail.com. It is wing day today. Yeah. I think I'm just ahead of myself in my head. We'll just roll with that. So in about somewhere between 11 and 12:30, you will find me in the parking lot, Dutch Country Farmers Market, eating wings. I'm going to head down, work out at the Planet Fitness there, then walk next door and reload on the calories that I just burned. And I'm ordering my pies there for Thanksgiving as well. This is all brought to you by me, Marshal Manlove, stage hypnotist. And I'm also a hypnotherapist. I will help you quit smoking, lose weight, and enhance performance. But my main line of work is as a comedy hypnotist. I travel all around the country to do these shows. From Atlantic City to Las Vegas, internationally as well. And while I am not helping people laugh on stage or promoting their athletic endeavors here in the state of Delaware, I am selling real estate to people. Delaware, Pennsylvania, and Maryland. And I'm actually good at it, believe it or not. And you can find out my property resume at marshallmanlove.foxroach.com. And if you would like to support an athlete and get some free promotion for your business, product, service, website, reach out to me at mysportsreports@gmail.com and get some information about how to do that. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I am Marshal Manlove, and now I'm on my way for Wing Day. Have a great weekend. The state championships in field hockey Division 1 and 2 and boys soccer Division 1 and 2 are tomorrow at Dover High School. I won't be there. I'm going to be decorating the Christmas tree, busting out Santa, putting up some decorations, and then I'll just talk about those on Sunday. All right. Now I'm gone. Goodbye.